everybody, John from Best Life Business here, and in this video I'm going to be talking about how to maintain focus while you're building your online business. This is a really important one for me. It's one I'm personally focusing on a lot for the past few months, trying to streamline the way I do things. So I thought a video might be useful and hopefully you get a bit of value from it. So I'm going to cover, I guess, 5 core topics in this video. It's not a definitive list, but I think that these, certainly for me, from my perspective, are the most important ones that you should try and master, I guess, to make the most out of your time and to be most productive. So the first one I would say is goal setting. It's kind of an obvious one, I guess. You've got to have goals set and established. If you haven't done that in your business already, if you have, it's not something that you've given time to, I'd implore you to do it. Really is important because it puts focus and structure and organization, everything that you do, and it gives you, a roadmap of sorts for where you want to get to. Without it, you're working in the wind, so to speak, and you can easily, drift off course. But once you have your goals established, I would say look at them on a daily basis. Some people might say weekly is fine, or maybe even, bi-monthly, but I would say look at them every single day, particularly on days where you don't feel that motivated. You're not really feeling up to, I guess, working hard and whatever it is you want to achieve. Looking at your goals first thing in the morning, if it's when you're starting, is going to give you a sense of purpose. So it'll remind you, I guess, of what you're actually trying to achieve, and it'll give you that motivation, that bit of inspiration or motivation to actually get you going, and set you up for the day ahead. So that's when I would definitely suggest you try and make a habit. I never did it in the past myself, but when I started doing it, I found definitely it gave me that bit more drive and a bit more motivation. So that's a really important one, I would say. Secondly, then, would be just to prioritize your tasks and streamline everything as much as possible. This is really important as well. So I'm a big one on to-do lists, creating lists for everything I have to do, because without it, I find you're doing a bit of this and a bit of that, and it's very easy to kind of do a whole lot of nothing with your day if you don't have that structure. So create a list. Prioritize your top 3 tasks, I would say. Don't make it any more grandiose than that, because you can very easily then, just get bogged down or frustrated with the amount of things that you have to do. Look at your list. If you've got 5 or 6 things, prioritize the top 3 and make sure that you get those ones done. The others are kind of nice to have. But just make sure that you've got 3 set actions. I would say 3 is a good number. Make sure that you've got 3 core actions that you've got to get done at the end of each day, and make sure that that they're obviously important, and of course they've got to be revenue generating activities, which is the most important thing you should be focusing on while you're building your business. The third one then is just leaving distractions at the door. This might seem like an obvious one, but it's definitely one that I've struggled with. I think we all kind of struggle with it, to be honest. The phone, the tablet, devices around us, music. Some people think that music is a great thing. I personally would find it quite distracting to have the radio on or CD playing in the background. While you're at work, be at work, and your business is important. So it's important to you to get whatever you need done, get it done, and leave everything else aside while you're actually at your desk, or you're on your laptop, whatever it might be. So make sure that you're not getting pulled away every 5 minutes. It's happened to me many times in the past. Make sure that you are actually just focusing on the things that you need to do. Really important. Next thing is just doing something daily for your business. It's not always easy to get everything done, and from day to day, depending on your circumstances, you're going to have more time some days than you will on others, particularly if you've got family commitments, and other personal commitments. It can be really challenging to actually find and carve out time during your day to get things done. What I would say is, don't beat yourself up on the days where you can't get 2, 3, 4, 8 hours of work done, but make sure that you get something done. So if you're on a day where you're going to have limited time, pick a key task that you can kind of carve out a window, maybe 30 minutes or maybe less, but make sure it's something something productive or instructional, something like, you know, even just researching the latest trends in marketing that could, you know, help you promote your business. Something along those lines would be, I guess, ideal where you've got a really short time frame, but make sure that you do something, because, you know, keeping up that daily momentum is so important, particularly in the early stages where you're building a business. It's very, very hard and very challenging. So do make sure that you're committed to doing something every single day. And then the final one I would say is just take joy in every milestone. So every step of the way, you've got to kind of look for the small wins on a day-to-day basis. You know, there are little things that you might achieve. It might be crafting a really engaging blog post, or, you know, creating a good video, you know, making some good connections, you know, in your target audience. All of those things matter, and done, you know, collectively over time, you know, you're compounding. So you've got to make sure that you really look at the positives in everything that you're doing, because you're going to go through times where it's quite frustrating and, you know, you don't really feel like you're getting that momentum. So do look for the positives in everything. Make sure that you really acknowledge the little wins as much as the big wins along the way, because they will really help you. So that's just a short list, guys. It's not a definitive list. Obviously, there are lots of moving parts when you're building a business, and there are other things you need to consider, you know, to maintain that focus. But I would say that those are some of the core things that you need to be mindful of on a daily basis. And it really is all down to consistency and habit forming. You know, that's what's really ultimately going to get you from zero results to your end goal, which is to build a successful long-term business. I hope you got a little bit of value from this video. There's a whole blog post to accompany it, so feel free to read that. Leave any comments below, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.